What's up, guys? Sub-Zeric here. We're reviewing Wasianiverson today. 1900 LP, easily rank 1, over 100 LP, past rank 2. Also, look at this, past 20 games. If you get rid of these few, which will pop out of his match history in a second, these 1-1-1-1 streaks are just absolutely beautiful to look at. So, let's watch Mr. Wasianiverson play the game. Fnatic Wasianiverson, since they signed him for the Esports World Cup, which is happening next set. So, yeah, signed player in TFT. Also, I will just say last shout out for my Metafy TFT class. Links in the description if you want to sign up for it. It's happening tomorrow. If you sign up, I don't know if I said this in the last video, but if you cannot make the class tomorrow, but you want to get a VOD for it, sign up for it. I will make sure that I get you a VOD of that masterclass. So that's another thing. If you can't make tomorrow, but you still want to know how to play strong sport in TFT and know the ins and outs of it, then you know, just sign up and I'll get you a VOD of it. All right, we looked at Exalted there, and that was the 1-cost Exalted. I actually want to go back and just yap about it a little bit. I clicked play too quickly because this is one where I feel like there's some specific combinations that are really solid. The big one is Darius Malphite fits together really well because you can play around like Darius plus Malphite plus Yorick. And then like it's really about what you fit as the last thing. I think Ahri fits decently because you can get like a Nico in, get Heavenly and stuff in like that. I feel like I've heard people talk about Caitlyn, but I mean, I guess you could maybe get Ghostly in somehow with like a Shen, but then you're like playing a bunch of behemoths. I don't know. Or like a Garen or a Kobuko or something like that. But we don't have that all immediately so far. We do have a Sivir pair here plus a Garen, so it looks like Wasianiverson maybe is considering playing around this Story Weaver opener. I would, if I get no gold here, probably end up selling Darius and picking up Rek'Sai here, so I have the Rek'Sai pair. But we'll see what we end up getting. We do get gold here. Caitlyn plus Kha'Zix here. I think I would just end up selling the Caitlyn here and buying Rek'Sai and committing more towards this like kind of Sivir type opener. Because I would also, I'm down to hold this Darius Kha'Zix because of the Exalted, because it's pretty good. Though I guess Caitlyn is also Exalted. That's the idea behind holding Caitlyn is we would want to potentially play through Exalted here. So then maybe it is just sell Kha'Zix. I think you're never selling this stuff. Okay. I guess sell Kha'Zix, yeah, and we do end up selling Kha'Zix. This is something, let me know what you guys think about this, like the more sort of like in-depth me looking at early game. Because like I was thinking about this recently, like TFT is such a beautiful game if you think through all of these like really in-depth decisions. I feel like I should do more of that. It's just like really in-depth on the early game. Pick up a Sivir and a Malphite here. I mean, you certainly want to hold the Malphite. Like you can actually play a decent Exalted board here. You also have the Sivirs here. I don't think we want to sell anything for Kog'Maws here, but there also is a Kog'Maw pair in shop that you have to think about. Like, if anything, it would be like Rek'Sai, but I think you kind of need to hold this in case you get some kind of decent front line. And yeah, it looks like that is what we end up holding. Itemization-wise, let's just look at these 3 items before the augments pop up, so we can talk about slams here. Glove plus belt plus cloak here is not really an opener that I'm like in love with. Like QSS you don't really love to slam, Guardbreaker you don't really love to slam, and like even Tread you could slam, then you're left with glove open, and then you can turn that into like IE and play some kind of AD, but like I'm not the biggest fan of just like straight up like front to back AD like Kai'Sa or Ashe right now, just based on where the meta is. So this might be a 0 item slam setup here. I never really want to take Jeweled Lotus early. Living Forge I think is really strong. It's a little hard to play around. You usually have to know all the different options, but if you're someone like Wasianiverson, I could certainly see this. Wandering Trainer is a bit random, but also has really high potential. So I think I'm leading Living Forge here, rolling Jeweled Lotus first. Ooh, he actually rolled, I mean, looks like he's just not considering Wandering Trainer here at all, because I think he rolled that first, yeah. And then he hits Accomplice Sniper Crown. If it was last patch, Sniper Crown would be broken. Well, look, I'm leaving no stone unturned. I mean, like late game, I'll you know, go through the that's actually interesting that he's not interested in Sniper Crown here. The stats, I mean, this is Diamond Plus. Let's go to GM Plus for, yeah, the stats still fantastic on Sniper Crown. I'm actually surprised he doesn't pick this up here. I wonder why he doesn't want Sniper Crown in this spot. I mean, maybe he thinks Living Forge is just that good. What does that say about Living Forge? It says it's about the same actually as Sniper Crown. So I guess that's the idea, that he actually believes in this augment even more than Sniper Crown. 2 fantastic options according to the statistics. So I can certainly, I feel like the Sniper Crown setup is really good here with Caitlyn pair. You have the Gwynsu's, you have Even Shroud that you make probably and then hold on to the glove for like an IE. But I mean, Living Forge, this will be a fun Wasianiverson Living Forge masterclass. I know there's a lot of hype. Okay, it's never Talisman of Ascension, I don't think. This is also like a time when we could stats check really quick, go to Artifacts. Talisman of Ascension is really niche now, I think. You have to put it on backlane. It's really good on stuff like Koboko and the other guys, but like not that amazing here. And like DFG, I don't love. Looks like stats say it's fine. Hull Crusher is a really solid tank item. I'm interested in the, where do the stats actually put the gem? The Blighting Jewel. It says it's like mid, and then Hull Crusher statistically is the best one here. I know a lot of people have talked about Hull Crusher Teemo, or not Hull Crusher Teemo, but Blighting Jewel Teemo, and like how broken it is just onto a Teemo. We don't have any tiers is the only thing, so I think you probably end up Hull Crusher here. If you had tier, I think I would take Blighting Jewel and actually like dangle Teemo. Maybe Teemo's so broken with Blighting Jewel that you end up just playing it anyway. I'd be hyped to see what Wasian takes in this spot. He's definitely looking at, like, he hovered over Blighting and hovered over Hull Crusher. I mean, it's certainly between these two, I think. Looks like he's angling Hull Crusher here, which I think is the most solid one. We have kind of a crummy opener here, 1 billion pairs. It almost looks like he's selling this Caitlyn, which would surprise me. I would probably, like, it almost looks, what was his shop again? I want to, like, is he really going to, like, level here in this position? I don't really see much level for. I would probably just end up playing Exalted this round and saying, like, okay, I'm going to play kind of a weak board. I can just play Darius, Caitlyn plus Malphite here, lose them, Hull Crusher, maybe kill some units, and hold all these pairs for a better opener. But yeah, he wants to level here for Exalted. Okay, and play the Sivir 2 with Exalted. Okay, so similar idea. It's just that he actually thinks that maybe he can win streak with this board, which is wild. Yeah, there's such an aggro line from Wasian, but he says, I have a 2-star unit. Like the Sivir might be enough for me to actually like win streak a little bit here, win some fights. I mean, I kind of love it. He gets to hold on to the Garen. He's considering, yeah, holding Darius pair, which I think makes sense here. And yeah, I mean, there's Garen too. We can now really look like we're playing for win streak here. Yeah, wow. In hindsight, I think that makes perfect sense. You don't really have to, with the Sivir 2 and the Guardbreaker Slam and the Hull Crusher actually is like a really solid early game item. So I like what Wasian did here, and like that's kind of why I want to go more in depth in spots like that. Like spots like this, obviously, I don't need to go like super in depth because I mean, like he isn't doing anything. We're just watching a fight. Also, sorry, I came back with a slight cold from my trip, so I have a little bit of a runny nose. So I apologize if me wiping my nose in the middle of a VOD offends you. Okay, here's another actually big decision point here. Is do you want to level in this spot? Because it's only 4 gold to level. Looks like Wasian was scouting. Okay, the question is first, like, if we level, what are we playing? Hema? We don't have a Warden, right? Yeah, so I imagine it would be Thresh here. You do have Ahri, we could play, like, 5 Exalted, but we'd have to drop out of something good, and you're only level 5, so you're probably not playing 5 Exalted here, but you could actually. The other option is make 10, right? As long as you, no, you're guaranteed to make 10 here if you sell here. So the big question for Wasian, I think, is, I mean, wait, this is such a big level up, actually. It's just this. It's Behemoth and it's Umbral here. The question is, do we need to level to win? I guess because this is such a big upgrade, you always level though, right? Because we don't really want to sell this. This is easily our next in. And wow, scary Build-A-Bud board that makes leveling like guaranteed worth it, because that could actually swing the fight. So yeah, I think you would always level for this here. Yep, I like him doing it a little early, because if he had done it last second, he would actually have to swap his units too far to the other side. We are fighting this Kha'Zix player with no item slammed, so I wonder if we'll actually be able to do it. I would think we could, yeah, and we win this fight. All right, almost looks like it wasn't even a level diff. I'm kind of surprised this player didn't slam anything. Like, I guess they don't want to slam like a Renan's Kha'Zix, but I feel like Renan's Kha'Zix, like, low, maybe it wouldn't have won this fight. This fight was not that close, but fantastic opener from Wasianiverson, just showing why he's one of the best. He has Cloak open here, right? And we have Hull Crusher plus Guardbreaker Slam. The world is really our oyster. We could do anything here. Probably pick up a Gargoyle, in my opinion, if we could. Can't pick up Gargoyle. Declaw looks really juicy as well, and yeah, Wasian's hovering it. I would just take the Declaw on this Teemo here. There's also Renan's, I guess, which is an option. I think I would go Declaw Teemo here, though. Yep, love it. Just a very solid item slam onto a unit that's already very tanky in this Garen. And it's on a 2 cost. The other option was Renan's, but Renan's really commits you to something, and I think I want to lean into the unit with Hull Crusher being tankier, just because I want to play around that guy because they have my Ornn. I don't want them. So I think it makes perfect sense. I think this is just our board here. Nothing crazy to do. Slam Declaw off the fight. Looks at all close. Yeah, I guess, I mean, this guy actually has a few upgrades, so I think it's reasonable to slam Declaw here. Their dummy, I mean, their dummy's fine. It's just that this unstable treasure chest item is not very good. And sell the Koboko, right? Oh no, we're gonna hold on to Koboko. Oh, we held on to Koboko for a second, actually. Okay, wait. let's look at what our strongest board is here. Because this is actually another like really important decision point here. Because imagine, I mean, you could cut out of Exalted. It looks like he was looking at playing Storyweaver over this, which I almost don't agree with. He also has the Ari2, who I believe is Exalted. So I guess his idea being that, yeah, I mean, you could play Riven plus the Ari over something if you wanted to. Like, there are a lot of options as far as what you want to play here. I think I would have been tempted to just stick on this board, though. Storyweaver is good, but is it really better than cutting this? And then, like, I don't really think Ari2 is that much better than this guy, too. I think I would have stayed on this board. I'm curious to see what Wasian ends up actually playing here. Because, yeah, looks like he's considering the Storyweaver angle here. This means you have to commit to taking something here, so he's going to take the Shred one. And, yeah, he actually... Yeah, the idea is that Storyweaver is stronger here than the Yorick. I mean, the idea is that eventually we're going to level up next round. But, yeah, he wants Storyweaver. He wants that Shred more than he wants the Umbral Shield and Behemoth on a Malphite. I'm really surprised by this. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'm underrating Storyweaver. How much damage is Kale gonna do here? 700, I mean, that's not bad. It also really looks like he's, yeah, gonna opt to sell this. He's gonna hold on to the Teemo for his next level. He would prefer to play Trick Shot here over the, yeah, maybe, I don't know. I feel like Umbral is such a good early synergy. I'm kind of surprised that he's going for that. But yeah, I mean, the only thing about me pausing more is that these VODs will end up being longer. So I guess let me know what you guys think about the pause. I know there's some people who don't like the pauses, but like, I feel like just myself, I want to go more in depth in these kind of VODs because TFT is such an in-depth game. We could drop to Protector's Vow, could reasonably slam that. We'll see. I'm also curious just what angle we're thinking of playing in this position. I don't really have to pause for that, I guess, because we're holding on to the Teemo. We have this Sivir. Maybe we could end up playing something like a Kaisa setup. I guess we'll see. Depends on what our Ornn Artifacts are. Right now, we're super flex. Also, we did go for the level up here. That is the thing that I guess we could have paused for, though it's pretty easy to level here. But no, I mean, we definitely should have talked about that. Like that's something that like that is a decision point that like I haven't really talked about. And so now like when you do VODs like this and you don't do the pause thing, you kind of take that decision for granted. You're like, oh, he leveled, obviously. But like, I don't know if I would have looked at it if I would have said he needed to level there. I mean, I guess the other good question is, did he need to level here? We fought this guy and we kind of stomped them. Certainly looks like we didn't need to level versus this guy. This might have been like a lazy level that we didn't even need to make, though it was pretty cheap. All right, Prismatic here. I mean, theoretically, Unleashed Arcana and play into AP is actually not that bad with our items. It's just we don't have a unit to hold. Maybe, I mean, you just put it on with Teemo. I kind of love this and just play into AP, like Lillia type stuff. What else is there? There's like Syndra, but that's kind of hard. I don't really like either of these very much here. New Recruit early game is kind of meh, and Radiant Relics, I feel like has too much of a chance to low roll. It looks like he's leaning New Recruit here, though. And then we'd end up also picking up Blinding Speed, which could be Red Buff Winsu. That would mean we were playing towards like Ashe in this instant. Looks like he actually likes New Recruit here. I want to do another stats check. Am I underrating New Recruit at 3.2? I am actually. 4.37 is not that bad. Compare it to Blinding Speed. Like the stats say it's better. Huh. I didn't know that the stats were actually that good on this Augment. Okay, well then yeah, he's gonna pick up New Recruit here. I think if you look at the stats, it makes sense. We can finally get the Yorick back in here, and this will just be our setup here, and we'll play for streak here. I think so. The only question in this position is, are we interested in slamming Protector's Vow or not? It's a little scary if you do slam Vow because you're 3 tank items, 1 damage item. So I actually kind of expect Wasian to not slam to not slam Vow here. Hold this tier for potentially a mana item for like a Lillia type setup, depending on what we get as our Ornn drop here. Also, especially now that we've lost this fight, we need to slam Vow. Also, man, we were always losing that fight. That guy's board is so strong. I assume you always take champions here. It's just gold. I don't think rerolls makes... Really? Oh, wow. Okay. Do these stay? I guess they stay. And that's his idea? Wow. I mean, huh. Maybe I'm underrating the rerolls. Because it doesn't say that they stay. But I guess they... It doesn't say that you need to use them this round. So I guess they do stay. I pick champions so often with this. It's really surprising to me that he took rerolls here. But in some sense, it kind of makes sense. If you're going to use the rolls, it's more gold, right? It's 6 gold of rolls versus 4 gold, and we're already at 50 gold here. So I kind of love it. Itemize here. I really like out of a tier. You could also Static Shiv out of tier, by the way. I think it's really good, especially with Guardbreaker. I think that's what I would look at here. I mean, you want to take something offensive or, yeah, something offensive. So I would certainly go for the bow here. You don't have to necessarily slam Static Shiv yet, but we will see here. Yeah, the rolls do stay. All right, this is going to this is going to determine a lot. Ooh, I have no clue. I have no clue what you're supposed to take here. Mana Zane? Like, is Mana Zane Lillia even good? Once again, we'll do a quick stats check. Mana Zane, pretty good. And then expand the stats. Lillia, Delta's great. Okay, I guess you take Mana Zane and play Mana Zane Lillia. Then you're happy to make Static Shiv. I think that probably makes sense. Yeah. I mean, I think it has to be that, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think this is reasonable. I think this is as reasonable as you're gonna get here. And the level up here to level 7, this is something I wish I had looked at more, but yeah, I think it's quite, I mean, it's pretty cheap to do it, especially with Exalted, right? That kind of topped us off here, so really, really easy to do. I think perfectly fine. Even though we don't win this fight, we're still making 30 gold here. Wait, we could make 40 this round, right? But we opted to not make 40 because we want to hold on to the Alune. I think it makes sense. Is he not going to hold the Kog'Maw? Surely he holds Kog'Maw, right? Or is he never thinking of playing around Kog'Maw this game? Huh, that's kind of surprising to me. That he's saying, like, I would never play Kog'Maw when I would think he's angling Lillia here with the Static Shiv Guardbreaker. Could be some kind of like Morgana setup, I guess, but the Alune also makes me think that we're potentially angling into like a 4 Invoker setup. I think people play like Silas Lillia now, is like one of the variants with Alune. I'm not really sure though, because like I said, I've been out of the meta a little bit the past week. Also pretty, like really surprised actually that he's not going to hold on to this Ornn here as potential frontline for this comp. That's shocking to me, but I think that certainly means that we are just hard committed to a line here. Maybe not hard committed. So let's, oh, okay, so he just missed that Kog'Maw, definitely. That's actually a really big miss from Wasian. It's just a straight up mistake. Oh, Alune 2 is kind of nice. But you can, if you, especially if you're trying to play this version of the comp, which, yeah, this is the Silas version. This is like level 9. Yeah, it actually fits together really, really beautifully. But not having Kog'Maw is really scary because he's kind of the glue that, you know, he's a bunch of traits that you really care about. So kind of wild that that Wasian actually missed that. I assume we're going to hold on to the Alawi here because he wants to play that on his board. And yeah, we're just going to chill one more. I mean, I really liked the I really like the rerolls take from Wasian this game. I think that shows me that that's something that I've been underrating a good bit. We do have a Loon too. Like, I wonder if you ever just move items to a Loon 2 and then just throw everything on her and then use her to push levels aggressively. I like Bramblevest here a lot. Just because I don't really know what else you're making. Steadfast Heart is like bleh, kind of not an amazing item. So yeah, I think I like this a lot. You put the items on a Loon here, guarantee the Alune, and then we're just gonna push levels next round. Or maybe, wait, we're gonna be 11, 12. Yeah, I think we can do it next round. I hate all of these, basically. I don't think it's ever either of these, but like Uplink I really don't like. It's just an appreciated, good augment. I think you have to take it here, though. I mean, this seems like garbage here. You're gonna have so many tank items if you take this, and I don't think the other one is very good, so I guess you have to take Uplink here. I don't love it, though. It loobe like he might actually be waiting here, because if you wait 1, you're gonna go up to 14, so you're not gonna be on interval for a while, right? But maybe the idea is that we can actually sack a couple here. Yeah, I think I definitely would have gone 8 here and rolled, but it looks like Wasian thinks I don't really have enough gold. My board is decent enough. Maybe he's thinking about sacking more than 1, because like, okay, so you're getting 3 XP per round. Okay, now that he's pre-pumped, this has absolutely destroyed my brain. But he's 9 off leveling here, so he has to wait 3 rounds, and then he could level like here. I mean, it's pretty far away, but okay, that's allowed. Okay, he's just gonna level here. Kind of surprising. I guess he just wanted a little bit of extra gold to roll here. Then, yeah. And also, let's okay, so like this makes sense. He's skipping Syndra, so he's not interested in that. He's skipping Zyras as well. He's gonna hold on to the Aurelia, which is kind of interesting. Now he gets a really juicy shop of Nautilus, Nico, and Lillia here. So we're gonna buy all these. But I think we have to keep rolling here until we get something. There's Kog'Maw. We still don't have four Invoker here. We don't have an Annie yet, right? But I think he hits Silas here, which also helps the board build out a bit. But I think he's rolling just for like 1 Annie, just so I can play around Vertical Invoker here. Oof. There's TK. I mean, we can start pivoting a lot of the board in. Yep, just like this, he actually gets 5 Mythicans so smoothly. And yeah, we're just missing Annie in this position here, or just any Invoker, right? I don't know if we rolled over Janna. I don't think so. But yeah, okay. So this is gonna be our board. Keep the atoms on a loon for now. We can move them over later. Maybe we end up hitting a loon A3. But it was actually a decently successful roll then. We're really just looking for that 4th Invoker, and then our board should be pretty good. Wow, we stomped this guy here. I mean, we have the 3-cost TFT. Is so much when you aren't hitting about the 3-cost that you can hit. Curious to see what his item, I mean, the Annie with red buff would have been juicy to me. Because we can't pick that up, we have Glove and bow open here. I think I'd be tempted to just take red buff here, step onto Lillia. It's not a great Lillia item is the only problem, but I'm kind of afraid that I have no heal cut this game. The other option is just JG, I would think. But curious to see what the take is here. It looks like he's looking at just JG here. But like, my question is, if you make, oh, an Annie here, just over Aurelia, boom, and now our board looks really, really nice. We can get back up to 10 gold, and probably gonna roll more. Ooh, he's actually sending it to 0 here. This is shocking to me that he wants to send it 0 here. I guess he has the dupe. I'm really, really surprised we sent it 0 here. Because we don't really have many pairs to play around. That maybe he thinks he's like close to death or something. Also, I'm gonna have to wipe my nose one more time. I'm sorry. Don't look at the screen if wiping nose upsets you. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm not apologizing. Who gives a... I mean, like, I gave you guys a warning. Isn't that like way more than anyone would ever give you? But yeah, I'm surprised we're at that we rolled to 0 there, because now our spot's like kind of icky. Not too icky, but like I'm not McDonald's. I'm not loving it. The JG stem I think makes sense, and maybe his idea is that with like Annie, you don't have to prioritize heal cut that much in this comp. I would be curious to just look at the stats, because like Annie's dead now. Our heal cut is gone for this fight. So if there's anybody who we're like going to have to heal cut here, like the Silas here, that is not happening. We're getting destroyed here, by the way. This is a scary spot to be in. But I guess the hope is we have Nautilus 2. We have this duplicator. Maybe we can get bailed out by the Loon 3. I mean, it's only 2 Umbral Loon 3, so it's not like we're playing vertical Umbral Loon. So I'm curious to see how hard she can even carry in a board like this. We're gonna try to econ back up here to 10, holding on to the Yonate for a second. Okay, and yeah, I mean, we're gonna roll first here before we pop the Anvil. I think that's completely fine. Azir here. So normally I have no clue. Normally you play Azir over Annie, maybe. Like, do you even play Azir on this board? Because certainly you're not cutting Cog Lillia. You could cut a Loon, but then you're losing out Umbral, which is like, it's something, but like, yeah, I think, I don't know, like, especially when you're playing Silas on this board, losing Umbral for Silas is kind of bad. So, and you have a lot of frontline already, so I could see cutting Annie here, just for the extra damage of Azir, but also we're like, we're stuff. I mean, we also have the option of, like, we have this Hui as well, so maybe there's some, I don't really see how you fit Azir Hui here by like cutting some stuff, but maybe there's a way to do it. I feel like the synergy is just, yeah, okay. So you do end up just doing this like this. You put the Azir in. We're gonna pop this Anvil and I guess take a death cap. There's not much else I see. I guess you just take death cap, throw it onto Leah, and you're happy with it. It was a little sad that we're so far away. What else is he thinking about? I'm surprised that's such a long think. But maybe there's like GS is garbage. I assume you just sell Hui here and buy this. Oh, interesting. How does Hui fit on this board? Because like you're Bruiser, you're Warden, you're Arcanist, you're everything. I don't get how you even fit Hui here. We do get another Ornn item, which is nice. Hopefully it's something for Lillia, I guess. Horizon Focus Nautilus is pretty good. I think you just snap pick that. I mean, Min's and RFC seem untakeable. The other would be like Trister's Glass Nautilus or something. I think Horizon Focus Nautilus is too good though. Yep. Just gonna slam that there and continue rolling it to 0. Ooh, wait. Was that right? I would have assumed if we were doing that we would have sold this Alune and moved Manazane over. I think that's a mistake as well. I mean, surely we should not have our Alune itemized over our Lillia. I don't think it's wrong to give up. Like when you hit that Lillia, I think this is fine, but I'm really, really surprised that he didn't. I think that's just a mistake that he didn't unmake the Alune there so that he could. Oh, and then he ends up getting a Lillian shop anyway. I'm really curious what this Hui's about. Like if you hit Hui too, what do you drop? Like, Arcanist feels really good on this board. I guess maybe... Oh, also, he's had this bow sitting on his bench. I mean, I'm sure that goes on a 0, right? But he hasn't been uplinking this. He finally uplinks it. Like, I mean, somebody was asking me this in Twitch chat. Mocha by None, if you guys don't know him. Really nice dude in the TFT community. Was asking me this in my Twitch chat literally yesterday about how, like, if there was a TFT AI that could play TFT perfectly, like, would it top 4? How much of the time would it top 4? And I'm on team like 100%. Also, Val looks juicy here. I'm on team 100% because this is like one of our best players, and like I feel like he's actually made so many mistakes this game that have negative. And like obviously he's streaming, so he's not like, you know, this isn't like a tournament game. This isn't full focus. But like this is wild to me. Oh wow, the open sell a loon here. And I guess he's just going to put Huitu on the board now. Yeah, okay. And so it's kind of awkward. I guess the idea with this is that we eventually are just going to drop down to 2 Invoker and play 7 Mythic. Because these synergies look really, really bad right now. But okay, I can believe that this is strongest. So the idea is just that, yeah, you play around... Oh, and there's Bard if we want it. He's opting not to play 7 Mythic, and he'd rather play Rakan plus the Soraka here for Ultrist plus Heavenly. You could cut Rakan, and you'd lose Ultrist for 7 Mythic. Oh, he did pick up a Cho'Gath finally. But he also skipped over Bard, and I can't imagine that Cho'Gath's that much better than Bard. Well, I mean, this is a wild game to me, but you know, it just goes to show, like, our best players are still making lots of mistakes in their games. And I mean, there's a lot of really cool stuff that Wasian has done this game. I'm not flaming Wasian this game because he's an absolute beast. And like, I really, in hindsight, I really loved holding onto these Huis. Hitting this Huitu is made our board so, like, our items could be on this Huitu or they could be on an Alun too. Like, Huitu is the easy choice this game. But yeah, I mean, I like a lot of how he's played this game, but you know, I'm just nitpicking little stuff because it's fun and I want to do it. JG over Rabadon's here, probably with Guardbreaker. Is there anything else? There's also red buff. Wait, wouldn't you always take red buff here? I would. We don't even have Annie on the board anymore. Always red buff, right? He spreads it so well. He's a beast. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Like, obviously you have Cho'Gath. But why don't you want red buff here? I feel like you need the heal cut. I mean, JG's a lot of damage. Maybe his idea is that he's just going to one-tap everything and he doesn't even need the heal cut. Maybe his idea is that there's a lobby where you don't need heal cut, but I mean, this is a board. I mean, I guess we shit on this guy, so we don't need heal cut versus them. But I feel like that's a board that heal cut is quite good versus, but like I said, maybe we don't need it. He's looking at duplicating the Sylas as his level up, which is surprising to me. He's trying to deny Cinder 3, it looks like. How many Cinders did that player have? Holy fuck, this VOD is 28 minutes long when I do more in-depth. Okay, hopefully you guys like the more in-depth VODs because the game's not even over and we're 28 minutes in. Holy. But I mean, I'm happy as long as people don't hate them. Like, I enjoy this a lot more, like the more in-depth stuff, like talking through every little decision point. And like, I feel like this game, we have analyzed so much more in depth than like a lot of games I've done in the past where I just cruise through the entire game. So hopefully you guys like this kind of stuff, or if you guys don't, maybe I can like mind control you guys into liking this, because like this is fun for me. Is doing the more in-depth stuff. We're gonna cut Soraka here. Are we just playing a synergyless? No, we cut the Rakan for the Cho'Gath, right? So we are just playing Sylas 2 now as a 2-star bruiser. I mean, much better unit, right? And but I mean, at this point, like Soraka just being heavenly is not doing much. The other just call out this game is how strong this board seems. We just hit everything 2-star and we're just destroying everyone. Pretty wild. Like, we might win out this lobby on just a real, like, we're level 8. Ooh, that is Mythic +1 that allows us to get the Cho'Gath for better stuff. I feel like that is an easy take here. No like 10 Mythic ideas because we only have the one spat, but now we can get out the Cho'Gath. We can maybe get like a Loon back in. I mean, I guess you could level and get the 4 Invoker setup back in with a Loon. Yeah, we're gonna Mythic spat him. I think that makes sense. And what do we have here? A Morgana here. Okay, Ghostly. I mean, it seems decent enough. Is there something better in our shop? Not really. Yeah, so I think this is our best bet. I mean, Morgana's not amazing, but she's something. But yeah, like, I'm blown away by. I mean, obviously now at this point we have like Hui 2, we have Lillia 2. I'm really blown away by how strong New Recruit was this game, as well as the Ornn items. And yeah, it's a win out for Mr. Wasianiverson. I'm not gonna make the VOD too much longer because we're 30 minutes in. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Once again, my class in the description if you made it this far. Thank you. See you guys in the next video.